What's good, G-Life? It's your boy, MC Shadow, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and are subscribed to the channel. That is how you help my channel get into the algorithm. I highly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. You know what I mean? Now, what I was asked by one of my subscribers, right, is that you see a lot of people, fake it in the rap industry, right? You see people claiming to be gangsters that never really gangbang, and then they get exposed later on and stuff like that, right? But that people still believe, these individuals, right? And he was saying that you see that happening a lot with YouTubers as well, right? And that's the thing. Well, social media is a place that was created to market stuff, right? A place where you get to advertise yourself and products and people to collab and stuff like that, right? So it's pretty much social media was designed as a marketing tool, right? You know what I mean? It's as easy as wrestling does it, right? They create a gimmick, a persona, they throw it out there and run with it, right? So then people started doing the same with rapping and with YouTube, right? You see people create personas, you see people watch content, get soaked up on game, right? They watch other people who speak about certain topics, right? And take notes, right? And then create this persona and pretend to be, from the streets and pretend that they know the info because they have already watched prior individuals talk about it and soak up game, right? Same with these rappers. That's what they were doing, right? These rappers had real gang members, vouching for them, right? Not because these individuals were actually real and about business and stuff like that, but because they realized that this person has talent and he can make money. And if he's making money, then we're making money because we're vouching for him, right? And then that's when individuals become successful, right? They weren't really about it, but these people, the real ones, vouch for them, because they already understand that real motherfuckers are not going to fuck with someone who's not real, right? So therefore, they vouch, for this individual to blow up, right? And then once that individual blows up, he feels like he is actually everything that he's rapping about or everything that he's claiming he's about because these people are vouching for him. He believes that nonsense, right? So then he starts getting cocky and ego driven, and it's like, man, why am I paying these individuals money? Like, why am I helping these individuals out? Like, I don't need to help these individuals out. Like, I could do it all on my own, like I'm the real one. These guys ain't nothing. And then you see why everything gets put out there, right? When these individuals start exposing these individuals, right? Because it's almost like they forgot that they weren't really about the business, right? And as happened on YouTube, right? I have had conversations with certain individuals, right, who have told me, certain things. And then they come on here and they say the complete opposite, right? And then I'm right there like tripping out, like, that's weird. Like, you said that this and that, but now they're saying the opposite, right? And people buy into it, right? But the thing is that they shouldn't have to worry about what anybody will put out there because at the end of the day, it's irrelevant, right? But it's the fact that you have to be the one to look yourself in the mirror. And the fact that you're able to look at yourself in the mirror knowing that you're lying that's crazy, you know what I mean? Because it shouldn't matter to anybody else, like whether the truth gets put out there or not, right? But the fact that you're okay living with the lie says a lot about your persona, and it's not good why to lie, not because you should worry about, like other people and stuff like that, but more because you have to live with that. Like, you should be comfortable being who you truly are. Like, you shouldn't have to fake anything to impress nobody. And you don't have to be faking stuff and lying for people to hear you. They're going to hear you out regardless. But people out there, they think that people only hear them if they act like everybody else. But is it okay that now people see you if they're not seeing you for who you truly are? You know what I mean? They should see you and want to mess with you because of who you truly are, not for who you're faking to be. You know what I mean? You should always, be true to yourself. And for that reason, and that's the reason why, I feel like, it's not cool for people to be lying out there. Like, there's no need to lie. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of people do it, right? Because they feel like it's the only way that they can succeed. They have no faith in themselves, right? And feel like if tricking individuals is the only way that they could get by. And probably they probably have been getting by and doing these kind of things, throughout their whole life, that it just becomes a habit. It becomes a persona. It becomes who they truly are, right? Manipulators, liars, connivers, and stuff like that, right? Because the streets know if somebody's real or not. The audience doesn't know because the audience is not from the streets, right? So they don't have the same connections, right? But if those who are from the streets already understand and know who's real and who's not, right? Because you guys are, you could just really literally, you know, um, communicate, right? You can network, right? And find out if someone's really about the street life or isn't, right? Because the streets are going to know real ones, right? Like, oh, this person claims to be from this set. Hey, you say you know this individual who, and people know how to network and tap in, right? That's why I always say if somebody's making up something about you and stuff like that, then you shouldn't have to worry. Like, all people really have to do is really network, in the streets, right? In the real world, not the internet world, in the real world. And they'll find out truly if somebody really is about it or is with the business or isn't. Because the streets are going to tell you how it is. On the internet, you're going to get people that want to pretend, right? And make up stuff, right? The streets is always going to tell you how it is. Like, no, this person's not. Well, I don't even know that person. But on here, they could claim and pretend to be whoever they want, right? You've seen it time and time again. People come out here and you see then time and time again, people get exposed. Right? And they think that people are trying to expose them because they don't want to see them shine, but it's not that. It's that they're just speaking the truth, bro. You know what I mean? You can't be mad when somebody comes and is being honest and just speaking facts. You can only be mad when somebody's making up stuff about you. That's when you should be mad. But if all they're doing is literally being honest, how can you be mad at that? So in the rap game, it happens just like in the YouTube game, right? You have individuals that, pretend and fake and stuff, or, people, tap in and then, see that people aren't really who they say that they are. Because like I said, the streets is always going to be honest. It's not that these individuals are now hating on this person or, nothing like that. Because being fake is not tolerated in the streets, right? Because someone that's fake is only a liability, right? They're only going to make your neighborhood look bad or put you guys in situations that, you guys shouldn't be in. And or, potentially could, put a dent in what you guys got going on. Because there's individuals that know how to, manipulate and trick it and, are able to slide in through, right? There's people out there that are really good at that kind of stuff, right? And on the internet, it's more easier for them, right? Like, all they have to do is, make themselves look like how people think that they should be, right? All these tattoos and, dress like, the life, and then be talking all that smack, right? Because these individuals are known to be aggressive and known to, handle business and not let themselves. So they come on here and be always, calling phase and people all this and that. Because this is a gimmick, bro. Because when you're hanging out in the streets with real motherfuckers, you don't see that they don't behave like that, right? There's always an individual that comes into the party with no shirt that's like, okay, this guy's doing a little bit too much now, right? Like, why do you feel like you need to, do all of this, right? It's because they want to be seen as tough. They want to be seen as the gangster and all of that. That's why they act the way that they act, right? Because what they truly want is what they never had, right? Which is the respect of individuals, and for individuals to fear them and to see them as something that they could never be, right? Because they just don't have it in them, right? Or not willing to make those, sacrifices. They want to have their cake and eat it too, pues. I mean, it's a common pattern. If you see all these individuals, they all share the same shit in common. They're always all blasted and, talking extra gangster and dissing people and calling for phase and talking shit about individuals and talking about how they'll smack them and take their girls and how they, jealous because these people are fly. And I mean, all of them behave the same way, bro. And you've seen it time and time again. They have all been exposed, They're like 6ix9ine, And you know how they always play the part. That's how they were able to trick individuals. Because individuals feel like this is the way these individuals behave or carry themselves or how they truly are. When in all true facts, those who really live the life know that they're nothing like that, right? Like, You see these rappers too, the same. The rappers that are always talking smack and dissing individuals and face tattoos and all this and that always end up getting exposed, bro. Guys, like I said, bro, these guys are always trying to sell people the image. And when someone is trying to sell you something so bad, it's for a reason. You know what I mean? You know, someone who's really about the business and really is not going to care about what other people think or what they say or whatever, because they are comfortable knowing who they truly are and what they're about, and they already know that the streets could vouch for them. They don't have to constantly be on here and bragging and trying to trick individuals, because their street credit's going to speak for itself. They don't ever have to say anything. I don't have to say nothing. Like, they can go and ask. My credibility will speak for me. You know? While these individuals don't have credibility, that's why they constantly need to be, throwing it out there that they with the business and they don't let themselves and they're not gonna put up with none of this shit. That's the reason why they got no credibility. So that's what they're always constantly trying to work on, and why their attitudes never change, because they know that they really have no credibility. So they always constantly have to be behaving this way in order to keep this illusion going. That goes for rappers and for YouTubers. Those are the facts, bro. You know, psychology of things, right? That's why people who are really from the streets, they could see who's real and who's not. The audience can't, because the audience doesn't live this life and doesn't know how real individuals behave, like, because they never hang out. You know, when you truly hang around with individuals and you know how people are, then you're able to see the gimmicks. You know, but people could only go based off what they see on movies or what they have heard, and what they have heard and seen on movies is how these people behave. But that's fantasy. It's not real life. I'm just saying, that's just the real talk, and why, if you look at it, real people don't end up, getting support and stuff like that, because they behave, I guess, to the masses. They like, nah, gang members aren't like this. They're not respectful. They're not, they don't carry themselves like this, right? So this person can't be, what they claim to be. You know what I mean? Like, I was seeing that, they had interviewed a few Italian mobster guys, right? And people were putting like, man, this person can't be, this person, is actually intelligent and this and that. They can't be about with the business. But yet they believed when Tony Raimondi went on there. Anthony Raimondi went on there, and he looked like just like how the movie Italian mobsters look like. And people were like, yeah, this guy's really. But to see this one right here, he speaks like how they are and acts like how they are, like. When he turned out to be, fake, But that's funny though. Like, I'm telling you, is that people really believe these movies and stuff like that. They believe the non-gang related people of how gang related people are. Or gangsters are. I'm just saying, overall, that's just the breakdown on, why individuals carry themselves like that, on music and online, right? It's a marketing scheme. But I'm just saying, shut up, we up.